Did you know that in the 1700s, lobsters weren't a luxury food, they were basically trash? Yes, back in colonial Massachusetts, lobsters were so plentiful that they would wash ashore in massive piles, sometimes 2 feet high. We're talking about beaches littered with these crustaceans. Today, you'd pay a premium for lobster at a fancy seafood restaurant, but back then they were considered the poor man's chicken. Lobsters weren't just cheap, they were practically unwanted. Colonists used them as fertilizer, and they were routinely fed to prisoners, slaves, and indentured servants. In fact, some servants were so sick of eating lobster that they revolted. As a result, Massachusetts had to pass agreements stating they wouldn't be forced to eat lobster more than 3 times a week. Imagine needing a law to stop lobster overload. Fun fact: did you know in some parts of New England, lobster shells were used as insulation in homes? Yes, lobster was literally part of the walls. But everything started to change in the 1800s with the expansion of the American railroad system. Train travel became more common, and rail companies needed to feed passengers on long journeys. Since lobster was cheap and abundant in the Northeast, it became a go-to meal option. Here is the twist: many of these travelers weren't from coastal regions and did not know about lobster's lowly reputation. So when they were served this unfamiliar, buttery shellfish, they thought it was a gourmet delicacy. They loved it and word spread quickly. Before long, lobster began popping up in restaurants across the country, now marketed as a luxurious, exotic treat. Prices soared. Its image was completely transformed, all because of a few train rides and a little culinary curiosity. Funny how something once considered garbage can turn into gold. All it takes is a change in perception. And a good marketing opportunity.
Like and subscribe for more.